I'm going to show you how I set up my campsite as a solo RVer, and you may remember this video from Big Bend. This is the time when I did not check the power. I had unhitched and done everything, and I realized there was no power, so I had to move everything. So I've definitely learned my lesson. But I cannot believe it's really level. Wow, you know, except for the front. Pretty good. Before you even unhitch, you know, I just turn the vehicle off. Just make sure it's level. That's my first rule. And I'll just disconnect. And then I will connect the electricity to make sure that is working before I disconnect anything. And of course I will chalk everything. Okay, I've checked the electricity. And before I really turn the breaker even on, I mean, I've checked it, but I go ahead and connect it. So get that connected. And then turn this on. This is the way I like to do it. And I've got a little surge protector. And there we go. So now we're level. Got the electricity on. I'm gonna go turn the AC on. Still hitched, haven't done anything. Definitely have the wheels chalked, just to make sure. And I'll get the propane on and all that later. Dogs are still in the vehicle. I'll get them out shortly. So I'll come in here and just kick down the temperature. Let's get it in mode, auto, and we should be good. And here it just kicked on. I'll put it down, maybe 78. Believe it or not, this thing at 78 is pretty chilly. I know a lot of people, they get confused about the Aldi, but for me right now, I'll just be using it for, you know, hot water. So that's normal right there. Should be good. And what I also do after turning on the power is I turn on my refrigerator. Some people like to do this beforehand. You can certainly do that. My light does not work. It works every now and then, but it's always just kind of been messed up. But yeah, if I would have thought about it, I probably would have, you know, plugged this in when I was just towing it, but it's fine. I've got stuff from the house. I'm so close to home. Everything that's frozen is still frozen, and everything that's in the refrigerator is still cold. Okay, I've got the AC running. Everything looks good. Everything sounds good. I'll get the poodles out and just put them on a tie out, give them some water, and then hook up my own water, and we'll be good. Now I've got the poodles fixed up with some water, and they're comfortable. Oh, he's got to stretch. Now I will prop this up, and if you don't want to crank and crank and crank and crank, I mean, I know you can go with the battery option or these, but if you can find a couple of these big pieces of wood like this, I literally found these on the edge of the lake, and I think I've got one on the road. It's really just a few little turns, and you're done. Okay, now I'm ready to do the water, and I always double check. I don't care where I've been, how often I've been. I double check that everything is in place. Right now I'm going to be on city water, so I know to match up the little pictures, little shapes, and I'm going to connect the city water. And another quick tip is I keep that pressure regulator on my hose, so I don't ever forget it. And I know that New Camp provides that little opening down there, but I never use that. I've used it a couple of times, but to me it's just more trouble than it's worth, because that's such a right angle right there to get down to that little opening. I just don't use it. I just put it down like that. And then I'll turn the water on. I'm not going to blast the water. I'm just going to turn it on a little bit, and then I'll go inside and turn on the water faucet just to see. It has the arrow down, but I have a little arrow that says camper that direction. Kick it on. And that's really it. I get the poodle situated, I get the little X pin put out so they're comfortable, and I can go inside and get anything else I need to get done. And I do not put the stabilizing jacks down all the time. Sometimes I do, it just depends. With just one person, you really don't notice that they're not down. So that's just up to you. On video. There we go. Oh, I just saw a scorpion. Of course, now I don't see them. That's all I need. That was was a terrible bite before. Oh, there he is. You better watch yourself. You better watch yourself. Be careful when you're taking out your little